I guarantee you doing these things will change your life and transform your finances. Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. So if you are stopping by my channel for the first time, I make videos about money related to cars, house, investing, etc. So if these topics interest you, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 things that you can start doing today that'll change your financial situation. Let's get it. So I do have a bonus tip that's very simple but yet very powerful towards the end of the video, so make sure you stay till the very end so you can see that as well. I read a CNBC article that said about 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and about 40% of people who are earning over 6 figures are included in that. Ain't that crazy? So that's crazy and messed up to me. I'm making this video so I can pass on the information that I've learned over the years to avoid pit traps like this. So the first thing is budgeting. I can't stress you enough how much knowing where your money goes is important. Personally, for me, I work as a financial tool consultant. What that means in layman's term is I help manage financial tools that these big corporations use to track their finances. So from a first-hand experience that I can tell that the job that I do is paid really well, and there's a reason behind that, and that's because finances are very important for a company's success. So how does this relate to you? You have to start treating yourself like a company, right? Mentally at least. And start taking your finances seriously, right? So personally for me, I have an app called Tally, which I use to do my budgeting. So I have complete visibility of any money that comes in and any money that goes out. So this app allows you to put all the transactions that you have per month into different buckets / categories, like for example, your salaries, your gas, your utilities, your groceries, etc., right? So I like this one because I have to manually go and input my transactions, hence creating more visibility, right? But there are other apps that automatically moves all your transactions from your bank account to the app itself. You can try those as well. But the key thing is you have to know what comes in and what goes out. That's mandatory. So number 2 I have on my list is to cut down your expenses. I know it's simple, right? It's easily said than done. But what's different here is when you do your budgeting, number 1, you have your analytics. You know where money is coming from, where money is going. You know what are the areas that you need to spend money on and areas that's just bullshit, right? Where you can cut down the expenses on. Use those analytics to your advantage to cut down the expenses, right? I'm not saying you gotta go crazy. Start doing simple things like maybe reduce 10 to 15% in 2 to 3 different categories like gas or eating out or groceries, right? So talking about groceries, you can start doing simple things like do not go to grocery store when you're hungry. Make sure you eat. The other thing is we're all victims of lifestyle inflation. So the more money you make, the more money you want to spend, the more luxurious lifestyle you want to live, right? Knowing that and acknowledging that goes a long way. So awareness leads to content. Being content leads to cutting down expenses. Let me explain that, right? So we have this nice house that we spend a lot of money on. We're happy with it. We don't need to have beach vacations every month, right? So being aware of what we have made us feel content, and being content ultimately led to cutting down expenses. So number 3 I have on my list is to review your recurring bills. What I mean by that is check your home insurance policies, auto insurance policies, subscription-based items like Netflix and other stuff like that, right? You don't use any of those subscription-based items, cut it out. And when it comes to like auto insurance policies or home insurance policies, shop around every 6 months, you can save a few $100. That's what I personally do, just to make sure you're getting the best deal, right? So you may think that, oh, it's just a few $100, but I'm gonna tell you, these small incremental savings is what's gonna bring the big change when accumulated. So the fourth thing that I have for you today is to find alternative streams of income other than your main income. So it's easier to become wealthier when you have more streams of income versus just one, right? So the more is better in this case. So you can do part-time jobs, you can rent out your room in Airbnb or share a room with a roommate. You can do stock trading, you can do real estate investing. I mean, whatever fits your boat, right? But the idea is to have multiple streams of income so you can reach your financial goals faster. So the fifth thing that I have for you today is reward yourself only and only if it makes mathematical sense. So let me explain that, right? I've seen a ton of college graduates buying a new car after they graduate just because they went through the hardship of graduation for 3 or 4 years, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so you just graduated, you don't even have a job, how are you gonna pay for that, right? So that's what I mean when I say reward yourself only when it makes mathematical sense, because your finances doesn't give a fuck about your feelings or hardships or emotions. So the sixth item that I have on my list today is save more, think long term. So a lot of times we fall victims of short-term pleasures and the expenses that comes with it. When you take a step back and think long-term, you're gonna end up saving more money. So the bonus tip is, drum roll, improve your goddamn credit score. So personally for me, improving my credit score from 640 to 750 plus has helped me acquire a auto loan of 1.49% APR for a 65-month term, and for the house we did get a 2.75% interest rate for a 30-year term. These are pretty good interest rates, and we were able to acquire those only because we had good credit, and this has helped us save a ton of money in interest that we would have otherwise paid. So this wraps up today's video. I hope through this video that you can take one or two things that you can start implementing in your life to change and improve your finances. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see y'all on the next one.